Hello there, Bic Benedict here. We're playing Gears of War 4 on the Series X, and this is my insane difficulty guide and walkthrough. We're currently on Act 5-4. It is entitled Release. So this is the final boss, and for this first phase, you're going to be shooting the projectiles out of the sky. These are the cankers that it shoots, and it's probably best to shoot the first wave with the staple gun, and then call in for the rockets. You do need to have both going, otherwise I don't believe that it's very likely that you can succeed on this part. But I'm gonna try to not criticize this boss too much, but it's a really awful fight, and unfortunately you spend the majority of the time watching a cutscene. So the main horror of this boss fight is simply the fact that you're basically going through the loading screen. Is not a big deal. It only takes a second or two, but they put the checkpoint right before a cutscene, and you have to keep watching it every single time. And it's a very poorly made fight, unfortunately. The checkpoint is going to come in just a second. Here's the checkpoint. So it has 4 tentacles, and you do have to do this on one checkpoint. So you need to be using the rockets to facilitate your normal gunfire here, and it's going to keep driving you back. But the thing to do is to just use the dash that your mech has. You want to activate it a little bit earlier than you might think to dodge. And the trouble with it is that it's on such a high damage system with insane difficulty that if you do get hit, its ability to finish you off is just uncanny. So after the end of each phase, you're going to be using the rockets to hit a core on its body, that circular core. Getting the timing down is just the main thing to do on it, and it's a little awkward to have to use the left bumper with the rockets, but it does work, and the cooldown is something that you'll have to adjust to. But yeah, it's basically you get comfortable doing one thing and you have to repeat it 4 times. But the part after the checkpoint is horrendous too, because it seems like no dodge that you can do is good enough for the second phase. I mean, I spent about 30 minutes on it, and it was just, I know the basic function of dodging, but it seems like you have to cater to this thing, and if you're not doing exactly what it wants you to, it's going to keep driving you back incessantly and not allow you to do it. So I'll tell you exactly, the basic thing of getting it to work, but you're gonna have to put up with a very poorly, and I'm saying poorly made because you're responsible for dodging it twice, and it doesn't seem like you're such a big target, and its hitbox when it slams its tentacle down, or its claw at that point, because you're gonna have the tentacles gone at that point, but it's gonna seem like nothing, no dodge that you do is good enough for this. So it comes down to, and I hope it doesn't end up as bad as it is for you as it was for me, but it was absolutely horrendous. And I can tell you what you can do to avoid it's doing this move perpetually that I'll show you in 1 second what it does. So you pick up the chopper here. You have to watch a cutscene every time, And what you do here is you hold in both the triggers and aim right in the center of the screen. This should happen where you're blocking its projectiles about 2 to 3 times. Once you have to approach it very close up to it for it to do this. But I'm telling you, that dodge comes down to it's not really about your skill. It's about sheer luck and fortune. Coming in, every planet in the solar system has to be aligned for that goddamn dodge to connect and not kill you. But the projectiles shouldn't kill you if you're hitting the triggers properly. But yeah, I mean, did you see the dodges? My dodges were terrible there, but it was enough to do it. And every time that I thought my dodges were more than acceptable, it refused to let me advance. And the only thing I wanted to do was just finish the game, because at that point it was just really overstaying its welcome. But hopefully that. Oh, and the thing about it not happening perpetually to drive you back is, when you do sever its claw, you have to be on the same side of it that you've already, whatever claw you're attacking. If you've already, say you've severed the left one and you're going for the right one, when you approach it, you have to be on the same side of the claw that's remaining for it to not continually drive you back repeatedly, and you'll never be able to progress. But hopefully that wasn't too bad of a scenario for you. But they really have to do better with their boss fights, or just simply not have a boss fight. I would much prefer to have nothing as opposed to this, which is really, really bad. But you have to put up with it. But here are the achievements, and I hope the guide was helpful to you for clearing insane difficulty. And until I see you on my next project, please take care.